Okay, welcome back. I'm going through points that I think are important for the election and things that I think you should consider kind of based on the polling that I did of my followers and some of the comments I got back. So we were just doing our hair. Now we're going to get kind of ready with our makeup for the day. But deficits are kind of next on the agenda. A lot of people are concerned about deficits. And I think what's important to remember here, deficits at the government level are not the same as household deficits. And the same is true for business. You don't run a business like you run your household, just like you don't run the government like you would run a business or a household. And I think people forget this. Now, if you don't know, I am doing my master's in economic sustainability, where we focus on real world economics and the impact that they actually have, and policies, I can't find my concealer, policies that are actually useful and usable in kind of real life. I will say my program does talk a lot and is based on modern monetary theory. So if you don't know what that is, required reading is The Deficit Myth by Stephanie Kelton. And if you don't have time to read or listen to that book, you can watch a documentary called Finding the Money. It's about an hour long, and it talks about modern monetary theory. And this is where it gets into why deficits don't actually matter in the way we think they matter. And a lot of kind of haters on modern monetary theory will say oh, they just say run deficits all day long, and that's not true either. But I think what is important when it comes to deficits is this notion that a deficit for the government is actually a net positive in the hands of business and individuals. So if you think about it this way, COVID surplus, right? Or COVID stimulus, pardon me. If you take the COVID stimulus amount that people were paid, that is technically lowering the income of the government, right? That's a outflow of cash. But what is it doing for people? And this is where one of the reasons I love modern monetary theory is because it's all based on accounting, double entry accounting, which is kind of the premise of general accounting. Anyone who's taken an accounting class knows double entry accounting, the accounting journal entries have to balance. So we're seeing a decrease in income or an increase in an expense for the government. And then we're seeing a net positive or increase in income for the consumer in this case, right? They got COVID stimulus, and vice versa is true. When the income of individuals goes down, maybe through taxes, the government has an increase in their income. It's all accounting. And this is why, one of the reasons why, in modern monetary theory, we don't worry about the deficits in the same traditional way that people would have you believe.